So yesterday I spent 4.5 hours going through 100 pages of the Amazon Creator Hub deals and all the categories that are interesting for my viewers to find the best deals. Mostly home, coffee, personal tech, and home entertainment. Some of these deals are actually the cheapest year-to-date prices on Amazon. And in this economy, we can all be using some deals. All I ask is that you click on the links in the description to access those deals. There is no additional cost for you, and it does give me a little bit of a kickback, which is really helpful in creating these videos. Thank you in advance. A lot of these products I own, a lot of them I've reviewed. Amazon Prime deals are actually 4 days now instead of 2. You do need to be a Prime member for this. If you aren't, I have a link down below that you can sign up. If the deal is good enough, it might make sense to even just sign up for 1 month and then cancel, or use their free trial and cancel. Next day shipping, no minimum purchase order for free shipping, and you get access to the Prime library. There's also gonna be Prime deals that keep getting added. Home category, Dyson vacuum cleaners are on sale. I have my own Dyson in here. This is the V8 Animal. I actually waited way too long to get a Dyson myself. I had a Roomba and a small handheld vacuum that honestly was not doing it. It died pretty quickly. The V8 Plus is on sale. They have a bunch of different models that are on sale. That one's only 300 bucks. Have the V11, V15. Now the more expensive models you get, more advanced features. But honestly, the V8 is already so good. I'm very satisfied with it. I don't need the latest and greatest when it comes to my vacuums anyway. If you have the budget for it, go for it. My brother-in-law has upgraded each Dyson model, and he has 3. He has one on each floor, lower than the year-to-deal prices. These are really good buys. Speaking of Roombas, we're now in my bedroom because underneath my nightstand is a Roomba that I have. I bought this a while ago. I put googly eyes on it. There's some big sales on Roomba vacuums. We're talking up to 50%. One that has all of the features you could ever need for cleaning. So has a mop feature, self-emptying, home navigation so you can block off places you don't want it to go. You can remote trigger them. So this is such an ancient model that unfortunately, now that I'm home more often, the schedule function's not great. I wish I did have that function where I could just trigger it off of my phone to be like, hey, I'm out of the house now, clean. Or hey, I'm about to have some guests over, clean while I am gone. Also, my Roomba is, it's cute, but it's not the smartest tool in the shed. And you know, it's an older model, so I've had this forever. And so it does bump into a lot of my furniture leg and causes a little bit of damage. So if you have smarter functionalities, you're not gonna have that happen as well. We're now in my kitchen. There's a lot of air fryers are on sale. I just chose one. 4.8 average star. I've seen other kitchen YouTubers talk about it. It's the COSORI Air Fryer and lots of functionality. It's at 25% off. And since this video is all about helping you find amazing deals and great products, but before you even buy one, you may not even need one, because if you have a convection oven, with 1 or 2 products, you can turn that into essentially an air fryer. I have a video to show you exactly how to do that, and I will link it in the description down below in the section other videos. Various Instapot that are on sale. It's not necessarily the cheapest price year to date, but if you are looking for a really good kitchen item, this might be something that you might find useful. You can use it as a rice cooker, you can make porridge, I think you can make yogurt and bread and stuff in here. Meat, soup, chilies, all of that stuff. I use it to cook meat and it does a fantastic job. And it's great, you just like dump everything in here, press a button, walk away. You can use it as a slow cooker too. So if you're looking to also just downsize a lot of items that you have in your house, then you can get an Instant Pot. They have some newer models that are on sale too. So I find that some of the UI button layouts are not the most fantastic functionality wise. Top notch. Something else that I love in my kitchen is my cast iron enamel. Now this is a classic Creuset, and if you look at the top Dutch ovens, normally you know this in a Dutch oven form. Creuset, Staub, I don't know how you say that. They're known as being like the top 2 competitors in that space, but there's also Lodge, which I have a cast iron pan. Enameled version makes it pretty non-stick if you take good care of it, which is not very hard to do. Lodge has Dutch ovens and braziers and various things. I use the brazier like a skillet. They have them all on sale. Lodge is a very good buy. In terms of what you're paying versus what you're getting, it is the best deal that they have year to date. Another product that I really love in my kitchen is this pepper grinder Man Kitchen Cannon. So this is on sale for 20% off, which is a big savings. For Prime Day, it's gonna be 160 bucks. I've made a couple of videos with this and other pepper grinders. Originally, I had purchased Moulin with my own money. Then I found out about this grinder and I spoke to a company that sent me this for review, but I love it and actually use this more often than the Moulin. I like how this feels in my hands and how easy it is to grind, grinds a lot of pepper. And on pasta dishes, 2 cranks, 3 max, plenty enough pepper. Why I ended up buying this and then eventually using this more is because of cacio e pepe. You need to use a lot of pepper. It is one of the main 3 ingredients. I had a Peugeot grinder, the wood grinder that you often see in restaurants. It really did not grind at all to the quantity that I needed, built out of anodized one-piece machine to like aerospace grade aluminum. Yes, it is a more expensive product. It is a buy it for life. Blenders, this is unfortunately a very basic model for a blender. I think that all the Vitamix blenders are on sale. 3 that are at various price points. There's like the Pro, the middle, and the more entry level, I guess, model you can say. They all offer really good functionality, and one of the things that they're really known for, or that they like to advertise, is how fast they spin. So you could put raw ingredients in there, throw it into the blender, select their soup mode, blend so fast that it actually makes hot soup. If you really are a smoothie person and a soup person too, and you know, Instant Pot may not be it for you, the blender surprisingly could be. MOCCAMASTER is a really good drip filter coffee, and this is going to be pricier than your other coffee makers that are filter. It has better temperature stability. It also drips the water more softly, gentler, and uniformly in your coffee bed so that you can extract more evenly. There's also the Breville drip coffee filter machine at 40% off. From memory, this is James Hoffman's machine that he actually uses. If it's good enough for James Hoffman, it's good enough for, I think, most people. I currently have Breville Dual Boiler. They do not have the Breville Dual Boiler on sale, unfortunately, but they do have other dual boilers on sale. Breville Barista Express and Breville Oracle Touch. The Breville Oracle Touch is very similar to the dual boiler, but better. The weaker point would be the built-in grinder, but you can always get a separate grinder. So the Breville Barista Express, not 2 boilers, so you do have to wait a little bit when you extract to then go into milk mode. For the Oracle Touch, it's the most automated semi-auto that you can possibly have. You just need to press a couple buttons and then you manually just need to move your portafilter. If you really want good cafe quality coffee at home, any of these could be really great. I think you could easily sell it if you buy it and then improve and then want to upgrade. Let's say you want to just froth your milk. There are 2 Drio Barista Maker models available. This is the bigger one, and then the other one is smaller, more compact, and the minimum milk that you could put in there to make latte art is smaller, which is good because I found that this one, the minimum was 6 ounces, and for what I make flat whites, I need 4 ounces. So the other model, the smaller model, would be better. So they're not the biggest sales. It's like 15 or 17% off. They really do make excellent latte art, hands off, press a button, walk away. You can do any kind of milk. The quality that you get out of it will depend a lot on the brands that you choose, and sometimes they just don't do as good of a job as cow's milk, full fat cow's milk. And I also use this when I'm cooking. If I have anything powdered and I need to cold or hot stir it, dessert or soup or sauces while I'm cooking, I take this out and I throw it in here. So I use it for many other purposes. This is just a drink separately. It's the SODASTREAM. My best friend is obsessed with fizzy water. Anytime we go camping, she brings her SODASTREAM with her, which is something I didn't think about. It doesn't need to be plugged in. It works with cartridges. So you can use it off grid. You can get the entire SODASTREAM sparkling water combo to get you started on that. And that's at 46% off. Headphones are on sale. Everything I'm gonna list are noise canceling headphones because it's just pretty much the only headphones that I like and use nowadays. Just it's really great on planes. It's really good even when you're just at home and you need some quiet, some peace and quiet. Apple AirPods Pro 2 earbuds, not over the ear headphones. Those are on sale 35% off. We have the Sony XM4, XM5s, and these are the XM4s that I have. I've had the XM3s as well. They are arguably the best noise canceling headphones that you can get in terms of the noise canceling, active noise canceling technology that they have. Not the lowest price they've had year to date. The Sony deals aren't as good as the other deals that are on my list, but the Bose Quiet Comfort in-ears and over the ears are at Really good deals. I almost bought myself Bose Quiet Comforts in the past. At the end of the day, I just went with the Sony's. I like the sound signature of it. That's always a personal preference too, but from all the tests and stuff that I've seen, it seems like it is one of the more superior technologies when it comes to noise canceling, at least what it was when I looked into it. While we are in my living room, we're now in the home entertainment category. Last year, my best home purchase was my LG C3 55-inch TV and my PlayStation 5 and my Samsung speakers. A lot of these items are on sale. So the LG 42-inch and 48-inch TVs, they are already low stock. So if you can get your hands on these, they are my recommendation for best TVs. They're the smaller size though, but they are the latest model at the C5. I don't go out as much as I used to and barely go to the movies anymore. Home theater system at home is such a game changer, especially if you're somebody that is more of a homebody. And I don't regret it for a second. I feel like the C3 models and up are really good TVs. My C3, I'm still happy with it. The brightness is okay, but the C4, C5s, they're even brighter. If you have the budget for it, really good buys. But there are other TVs that are on sale. The Samsung frames, if you want something that that just looks like a piece of art on your wall, those are on sale, but they're, pricey. Most of the sizes are on sale. There's also Samsung QLED TVs, and then really good value buy TVs are the TCLs. It is cheaper than the year-to-date prices. Really good deals on these ones. This is a 55-inch. And I do wish I got one size up. I ended up getting a PlayStation, which unfortunately is not on sale, because I kept seeing all of these reviews with the TV showing Spider-Man games. I had these old bookshelf speakers for 15 years, and they are pretty good. But the thing is, once you have a really good quality TV, you're gonna want good matching audio. So I did do a lot of research and I went with the Samsung Q series. It often goes on sale and it is a really good surround sound speaker. The Q990D is on sale, so 11.1.4. So 11 channels all around surround sound behind you. 0.1 being the subwoofer, pretty big subwoofer. And 0.4 is the 4 up-firing speakers. So obviously it depends on your space how well this works. It's not as good as having actually built-in ceiling speakers. If you can swing that, then yeah, get that. But for most people, an easy plug-and-play situation, really good. High ratings on this. And if you have the Samsung TV, it even syncs up and you can use your TV as an additional speaker. Super recommended. If you don't have the money to swing that, there's always the Sonos Beam Gen 2 that you can get. But if you're gonna get that, I would suggest you getting the sub for it as well, because you just, the sound's too hollow without it. You can get IKEA frames that also sync up with it. At that price, you're almost getting close to the Samsung Q990D, and I highly suggest you get that. I live in a condo and this isn't a problem. I proactively went to go talk to my neighbors and no complaints. I also did get 2-inch isolation pads to go under my subwoofer to decouple it off the ground, just to be sure. I don't blast my bass and my subwoofer, but I still have really good quality overall sound in music and bass. For personal tech, this is the Samsung Galaxy S22. The S25 Ultra, big sale right now, cheaper than the year-to-date price. It also does have the stylus, so back like the Galaxy Note. And I do have an OtterBox on this. Now I have the one with the little kickstand. I find that super useful. I vouch for them. Now I've thrown this across parking lots unintentionally, just, very clumsy. Never had an issue, never had a broken screen, because I've had a broken screen on my previous Samsung phone early on because I didn't have a case for it yet, and ever since then I've never made that mistake again. Another deal is the Ultra Human rings. These are smart rings, no subscription. I use it mainly to track my sleep and also use it for my woman times tracking. This is on sale for 15% off, but with my discount code Amazon GGC10 for Amazon Gadgets Gear Coffee 10, you get 10% off additional. For Prime, you get 25% off. But if you're watching this when it's not Prime, during checkout on Amazon, you can get 10% off any of the Ultra Human products, purchasing that on Amazon. So I will link all of that. The last item in my personal tech category is gonna be this. Nope, this. I just reviewed this recently. It's the Woobin G5 Lite. I pack pretty much every time I leave the house because it's so flat and an easy format. and very convenient. It's up to 400 lumens in this tiny light. It's got RGB mode. I have a full review of this on my channel. I now carry this everywhere with me because you never know when you need a light. I went to a friend's rooftop and none of the lights were working properly in there because there's a magnet bottom, stuck it on a post and then lit up around us and use it as a ambient light. So that was perfect. I've done camping list videos. One of the things that I had in there was similar to Jetboil, but it wasn't Jetboil. And Jetboil is now on sale. If you go camping, you understand how much the butane that you have is worth a lot because you need to cook efficiently, especially if you're doing the backcountry camping or you're hiking. And if you have any friends that are outdoorsy people, Jetboil is at the top of the list of must-haves. If you're also going to be going out and doing backcountry, a life straw filter is excellent, 10 bucks. I would just get one and throw it in my car as an emergency. This is the lowest price to it. Hello, hi, we are in my bathroom. We're in my bathroom because there's two different products that I want to talk about. One of them is on my toilet. It is a bidet, and if you've ever been to Japan, that's pretty much everywhere. Japanese toilets, it's getting bigger in North America, like the really fancy stuff. So those are like, I don't know, I think $1,000 Canadian. This is just a bidet you can self-install yourself. If you're a human with a uterus, it'll also be very valuable, you know, when Aunt Flo comes into town. I wish I had gotten this sooner. It's pretty wild that this isn't like normalized around the world because trust me, you will be using less toilet paper. So during COVID, that was very handy. And it's just like way cleaner. And also, when you have a special someone over and you need a little refresher down there, well, with the bidet, it makes it really easy. There is a bidet that's on sale right now. It's just a bidet that you can throw onto your existing toilet. That's what I currently have on my toilet. The other item I want to talk about is electric toothbrushes. I've had this forever. It is the Philips Sonic Care. This is one of their earlier models. They have way more advanced models right now. I hope that was helpful for you. Drop your comments. I would love to hear what items that you ended up getting on sale, which items that you discovered maybe that weren't on my list. I would love to hear from you. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.